name is Brandy Sims, and I'm here with Chad Leonard. He's one of our best drivers for the Albertville City Schools, and I just want to thank you so much for agreeing to talk to me today.
You're welcome.
Okay, so when I pulled up the job description for bus drivers for our system, it talked about basically, it seemed like a lot of the rules had to do with keeping the bus safe. I'm sorry, the bus clean, and then the students safe. You know, it seemed like that was a lot of the description kind of went in those two categories. Obviously, you know, you have to observe all the traffic laws and then maintaining discipline while the kids are on there and reporting problems to administrators, keeping the bus clean, keep your schedule. One thing I was interested in was the inspection before and after trips, you know, for all kinds of things. And that's something that I don't think we all always know that y'all do those things. But, and then, you know, I love number 11 because so many bus drivers that I've been on with trips definitely do this. Exercise responsible leadership when on out of school, out of district school trips. And so that's a lot of responsibility and it's kind of vague there. And then, you know, just enforcing all the regulations and said you got to attend a bus driver school.
Oh, yes.
So like hearing all that, how does your daily task and job responsibilities in reality compare to that?
It's pretty close. Of course, we pre-trip, post-trip. We have to inspect everything on the bus, from front to back, all the lights, everything in between. And make sure no kids are on after the morning route. Make sure they don't stay on the bus or sleep. Same thing in the evenings.
Yeah.
Of course, cleanliness. Expect that from our kids, not to throw anything on the floors, because of course it causes bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of them, you know, they're kids. I got K through 4, so yeah, pretty much that's it. Anyway.
What do you think, like, as far as those things, what's some of the hardest parts of the job for you?
Making sure that the kids stay seated.
Oh, I'm sure.
A lot of them want to get up and change seats. They get loud, and so it distracts your driving.
Oh, I bet.
So when you got 70 kids on board, you know, each time I take my eyes away from the mirror, or on the mirror, it takes me away from the road.
Yeah.
I'd say that's probably the hardest thing.
That's scary.
Yeah, so it's so much traffic coming at you. I think that's probably the hardest thing, and when you're releasing the kids, you got to know how many are getting off and how many are getting on. Because obviously that's a big fear of mine.
Yeah.
Not seeing
Losing
somebody out of my sight and pulling off, and of course the worst thing to do would be hit one.
Sure.
So when you get distracted while you're letting kids off by other students, I think maybe that's my hardest thing, because it really unnerves me.
Oh, I'm
So,
sure.
but you have to just follow procedure, do what you was trained to do,
Yeah.
all of your mirrors, and just stay in your procedures.
I mean, to me, it'd be a very high-stress job.
Yes.
Because I know what it's like to drive my car with my children and
Yeah.
how distracting they can be for me, and I can only imagine just a big vehicle like that and then so many children.
Yeah, you got other drivers coming at you. It's
Mm-hmm.
half of them don't know what to do when a bus starts putting its lights on.
Right, that's scary.
It's scary.
It is. Well, thinking about your job and what you do, how would you say that impacts student learning? Because we know that everybody within the school system has a role to play, and in the end, the goal is to help students. So how would you say what you do helps students?
Well, in the morning, I'm the first face they see.
Yes.
Hopefully, I'm smiling at all of them. You know,
Yes.
some of them come from some bad backgrounds, and so they look for you to smile
Mm-hmm.
and tell them you love them. And some of them want some just affection and love. But then when they get on the bus, I think discipline them and have some structure on the bus helps them to prepare them for school.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, and I think about so many of our kids could never get here every day if the bus did not pick them up.
oh yeah,
And so, like, it's essential for their learning. Like, if they didn't have a way to get to school, because their parents, a lot of their parents don't drive, don't have vehicles, or they have to be at work before school starts. I mean, if it wasn't for y'all, they wouldn't get here, ever.
Right.
And so that, especially the neediest part of our community, would never have access to education.
right.
And so, thinking about like when you first started driving a bus till now, how long have you been doing that?
8 years.
8 years. Goes by fast.
It does.
How would you say like you've become more focused or improved during that time?
Probably more focused on paying attention to all the kids and making sure I'm staying focused as they get off the bus. It's so easy to get distracted, like I was talking about earlier.
Right.
And that's probably one of my main things, as far as knowing my bus better to be able to drive in circumstances that might arise. I think I'm more seasoned for that.
Oh, I'm sure.
To protect the kids
Yeah.
and to make sure that, of course, with kindergartners, the parents have got to be out there when you pull up or you can't let them off.
So what do you do, like, if you pull up to someone's home and they're not there?
Well, you're supposed to take them back to school. Sometimes if it's early in the route and you can get back to their house quicker, we'll do that also.
Like loop around
Yeah,
again?
we'll loop around but you know, a lot of times it's sort of scary for the kindergartner to get off and nobody's there because, I mean, we don't do that, but they can't get off with a parent not being on
Right.
the card. So,
And that's the only grade though that y'all,
just kindergarten.
just kindergarten?
They can have a sibling and they can get off with them, but if it's just a single kindergartner getting off, yeah, they have to.
That is so scary. Is there anything like you do as far as like in your routine now that you didn't do in the beginning that you like added and you think, you know, over the years you just thought, yeah, I'm gonna do that every time?
Yeah, I think I'm more loving toward the kids.
Yeah.
And, you know, at first I was loving, but I was more shied away from doing things because I got to realizing they have needs.
Oh,
And
definitely.
they really pay attention to the bus driver and my demeanor when I get on the bus or when they get on the bus if I'm in a bad mood, which I don't try to be,
Wow.
but they pick up on it quick.
I love that.
So I always try to have a smiling face for them.
My bus driver when I was a little girl, Mr. Norris, he was the bus driver for years. And like, he is somebody that I still think of so fondly. So you're right. Like, it means a lot to the kids to know you because you see them every day,
That's it.
multiple times a day. So anyways, thank you so much for talking to me and I appreciate your time.